Hey y'all. I am glad to be back. I've been out, as you know, on my fast, and it's just been amazing. I'm thankful to be back.
Amen.
I missed y'all, and we are here again, back at Relationship Talk Tuesdays. How y'all doing?
Hey y'all.
Got my co-host Kiana.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you.
Good to
and
see you.
It's good to be in the same place with you.
Yes,
I'm so
and
happy.
she's in town.
Hey.
We're in person. We're not just on
And high
video.
five, so they won't think we just
Right,
put some
right.
stuff together.
This ain't no Photoshop or nothing, but we are in person live right now. And as you know, as you see, we are here at a different place too. So we did things a little differently. We took advantage of her being in town
Amen.
and being able to do this in person. And hopefully in the future we'll be able to, you know,
Yes.
carry this through and
Definitely.
have like an audience maybe, or
Yes.
have more people to discuss
Invite y'all
relationships.
to come on out.
Yes.
We want to hear from you guys.
Yes, will be really great. And so we're going to go ahead and get started and really talk about why we're here. So we are going to really get into the topic of, will he fight for you?
It's important.
And this is can be based off of different scenarios and different situations, but we're mainly talking about your relationship, or if it's a former relationship. Will he fight for you? How do you feel about that right there?
I think this is a awesome conversation because it's very important. Because when you're in a relationship, a marriage, anything, you want to be able to know that your partner or significant other is going to fight for you. You know, you're going to fight for you with all they got. You know, we're going to fight in this marriage to stay together.
Right.
We're going to fight in this relationship because we can see where it's going to take us to. And prayerfully that it take us to the next level that will be marriage if we're not married yet. So being able to fight for me and fight for what we have is very important, I think.
Yes, it's very important. I mean, you want to know that he got you and that he's there for you no matter what, and that no matter what you guys go through together or separately, that, okay, I'm going to have her back and I'm going to make sure that she's worth it. She's worth the time, she's worth the effort, and you know, she is what it takes to be the man that he wants to be. You want that in a man. You want that quality, because if they don't have that quality and they're not strong to take a hold of covering for their woman or in their family, then that's kind of like a deal breaker. It's kind of like, why are you even considering marrying them, or why are you even considering carrying on a life or a future with him if he's not holding it down and making sure that he's covering you and making sure that nobody can come in between or come against what you have.
Right. I think that's extremely important because, like you said, and how I feel definitely that would be a deal breaker. Because I need to know without a shadow of doubt that you got me, because I got you. So I need to make sure that we're on the same page and that you're gonna fight for me, because we will come against the test of times. We will come through trials and tribulations. But I gotta know is that we got each other, we solid, and we on the same course, and we want the same things. So I believe that's definitely a deal breaker. Because if you don't got me, then maybe we should just friend zone each other. Maybe this is not meant to go forward, and that's okay. But let's find this out from a jump start. Don't like wait 5 years in this and then I find out like, you really didn't have me like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You had no intentions on having me like that. So I think this is very important, and I think that this is some questions and in the beginning stages of any relationship, that this is some questions. Therefore, that goes against like somebody say, oh no, I don't want kids, but you want kids. This is some questions that we have to ask, because we have to know that we're on the same pathway and we're going the same way.
Right. And so thinking about that gives you a good idea of what to look for in a relationship, in a marriage. I mean, topics like this, who talk about?
Right.
This is needed, because when you don't talk about it, then it's in the dark. People are blind to see what's important in their lives and their relationships. So making sure that, like you said, being on the same page,
Right.
having the same mindset. Okay, how do you see our family? How do you want the structure of us to be?
Right.
How do you want us to win?
Right.
You know,
We want to win.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Exactly.
Right?
We in this together.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. So,
Right.
and to be able to face the world, just like the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Right.
They had each other back.
Right.
They were shooting.
Ride or die.
Yes. Bonnie and Clyde.
Exactly.
Right? So,
exactly.
yeah, that's what you want to look for. That's exactly what you want to keep in mind.
Right.
Because, I mean, okay, say this is not who you thought.
Right.
Let's take it there.
Right.
It's somebody that you got with and you thought they would have been able to hold it down. You thought
Right.
they would have been strong enough to keep you right and together. But you
Right.
find out that they're not that person. For whatever reason,
Right.
what do you do?
Right, and I think this is important because it also opens up dialogue. You see what I'm saying? Because in relationships, we know that in life we go through ups and downs. We go through challenges. We go through health issues and stuff like that. I gotta know that if God forbid, if we go down a health issue, right? Like, is you gonna have me, or would you just leave me because you're not strong enough to sustain this, you know? Because especially in marriages, you know what I'm saying? The marriage is set to death do us part. You see what I'm saying? And that's very important topic, you know what I'm saying? So I believe that if we have these conversations in the beginning stages, then I think that can stop us because we'll know exactly what direction, because we're opening up dialogue to say, hey, look, I see this, and then we see it like this, can we come together so we can go forward together, or is we just gonna remain some good friends?
Right, because, I mean, you don't want to rock the boat into thinking like, okay, looks like we just not gonna make it, or look like we're just gonna be friends, or look like we let anything,
Right.
you know, trample on us, let anything hinder what we have. And that's a part of not only making sure that he's strong to fight for you, but making sure that you as a woman is strong to fight for each other. Because it does take two. We don't want to leave the man out by themselves thinking that, okay, just because I'm a man, I'm the only one that got to keep things together and be strong for us. No, it takes both of you to be strong together to make it, like we said, you're a team. Right. And when in marriage, you come together to be one. As one. Just like the word says. And so, yeah, like realizing that it does take both of you to be strong. Yes. And when one is weak, the other one is strong. I know for my relationship, if I'm not feeling right or something's wrong, he's usually the opposite. So, you know, you can help each other out to
meet that balance.
Feel better or to do better. You know, and sometimes I don't have it for everybody. Where both, I mean, if one is acting like another one is going to be acting the same way. Right. So who's going to help y'all? Like who's going to
balance it out?
Balance it out.
Right. Yeah. I think that's absolutely important because you gotta know what a balance is. Just like in any relationship, in certain areas, you know, your significant other might be really strong this way, and then but you guys kind of balance each other out. Like in me particularly, my husband's very, very smart, very, you know what I'm saying, and different things like that. Yeah. And some areas that I may maybe not lack a little bit on, you know what I'm saying? He's right there. And then again, I'm more of an outspoken type person, and my husband's more of kind of laid back, reserved, you know, you ain't gonna know he at the party type kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm more so like, hey, how y'all doing? What's your name? Like, I never meet a stranger, you know what I'm saying? But I think that makes us work good together. Because we are opposite, you know what I'm saying? But it makes it work good. But you don't want nobody to be pulling more of it. Let's just come together, let's just see and what works for you. Right. Because what we all want in life is that we want something lasting. Mm-hmm. We want something love. We don't want something that it started off like this and ended up like that. No, I need this to we gotta get this thing
solid as a rock, right?
Exactly.
Like you song.
Solid as a rock. So that's exactly what we need, and I think that helps. And we also, like you said, we're just not putting it just on the man. You know what I'm saying? The woman got to be able to hold her weight too, because sometimes it's harder, a little harder, because in society, so to speak, they said that, you know, the man need to be strong. Oh, he don't need to show emotion. Oh, he don't need to cry.
Right.
I love when a man cries.
Yes.
I love when you
Shows
show
how
emotion.
real of a man he is.
You showing me, hey, baby, I ain't too hard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Except like that. So I need that. I need that. You know what I'm saying? I need you to stand up and be a man when need be. But if you feeling some type of way, let me hug you. Let's cry together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To me, that's an awesome man.
Yes.
To show emotion and be like, hey, baby, this situation right here, I'm really sad about the situation. And I'm really, you know, to show that. So like you said, we're not just putting it all on the man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta hold our end of it too.
Right.
And we gotta work this thing out. Do we wanna go forward in this thing? Or is we just passing time?
Exactly.
Is we just living just to exist?
Do you
Are
want
we-
the same thing?
Exactly.
Do you want the same thing that he wants?
Right.
Do you see a future?
Right.
Or do you see just getting by?
Exactly.
So yeah,
That's
working
important.
together.
That's important. Do you see a future, or are you just getting by?
Right.
Is we roommates, or what we doing? What we doing? And I think that's important because I think everybody should feel that they see a future with whoever they with. Because you know, I'm really not finna waste all these years with somebody I don't see a future with.
Right. That is, yes.
I don't see a future with. I'm gonna need you to do you, and I'm gonna do me.
And I remember when I was doing a watch party, it was that man talking about
Right.
women, and of
Right.
course not just talking about them, but showing how a man thinks and what he wants in a woman and all that stuff.
Right.
And he mentioned that a man is going, if he's not talking about the future with you,
Right.
first meeting you or first dating
Right.
with you, then you're not in his future.
Exactly.
So meaning,
Listen,
Right.
listen, because they go show you.
Yeah.
They go give you signs and let you know.
yeah,
You know, if you're dating somebody and you guys going out on a date and he never, you know, bring up your kids or say we gonna have a little family outing today, and he just these are clues and these are signs that you look for, because you want somebody that's vice versa, men and women. You want somebody to include when I'm not talking about the first 2 days, but if you guys get serious, you
Right.
know, then you start bringing the kids around. Because I know me per se, when I was young and in the world and was a, you know, single mom and stuff like that, I didn't bring, you know, different people around my kids unless I knew it was going to be lasting.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's when you know what I'm saying? You want a guy or a woman to bring that up. You don't want to have to bring it up, because that shows that if you got to bring it up, they're not really thinking about future with you. Because especially if you have young children, a lot of women or single dads, they have young children, and if you're gonna have a future with me and you know that this is what I got going on, then my kids are included. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because they're priority.
Exactly.
They matter just like me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
sure do.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that we both are on the same page.
Yeah.
And if we're not, then it's okay. I just know where I stand.
Right,
with
because you know a woman and every woman out there, y'all know
Right.
y'all need clarity.
Yes.
We need clarity.
We need to know.
We need to know.
Exactly.
And why you think men always say, I mean, I've heard it before, you ask so many questions.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
What's up with all the questions?
Exactly.
And it's like, well, because I need to know where we are. what we
Exactly.
stand. Is this a thing?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's very important, because I remember when I was younger and single and dating and stuff like that, sometimes women, we put titles on it when a man is not
Real
there.
quick.
We
yeah.
just friends.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we over each other's house every day. I feel like, you know, you my man. You know what I'm saying? But he does not feel like you his woman.
Yep.
So that's very important. And I think that when we know where we stand in somebody's life going forward, that will make us step this way or step that way. So these are subjects and topics that needs to come up, I believe, sooner than later. You see what I'm saying?
Right, and I know women have the tendency, or had, let me put past tense too, because that don't mean everybody's this way now, but may have been,
Right.
where they will jump and say, you know, put a title, like she said, put a title on that
Right.
man, and good and well, you know in the back of your mind is not your man.
Right.
But you want it so bad that
Yes.
you will go ahead and claim him for yourself.
Yes.
Knowing that that's not what he agreed on. Y'all didn't even really talk about it. and then you get mad when he so-called
Right.
cheating on you
Right.
or got another life. Wait a minute,
Right.
hold up. Where did he say
Exactly.
that
You
it was
his one.
official
Exactly.
that y'all are together?
Exactly.
So who ignorant move is it?
For
Really?
real. Because
It's,
he never told you, so
right.
he technically ain't cheating on you. Because he
Right.
never said you was my one and only. You know what I'm saying?
And don't get a baby involved
Exactly.
in the middle of this if you think
That's very important, and I think that happens more often.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got another whole ball game.
Now you
Like-
with this so-called man for the rest of your kid's life
Right.
because you made a baby off of somebody that wasn't even your
Right.
man.
It wasn't intent to be like you, and I believe that in this aspect, I believe that that's why it's always good to have a foundation with God. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have your prayer time with God, and you're gonna ask God, you know, to please give me clarity. If this is the person that you have called me to be with, or is this the person that I have called myself to be
Say
with?
it.
I think that sometimes we get mixed up with our heart and our feelings.
Yes.
That we be with folk that God ain't even put us to be with.
Right.
We just have made our own. We don't, you know. So therefore, you need to allow God to use you and have a relationship with Him, because He will show you,
Yes,
and He
will.
will tell you, and you ain't got to look through nobody's phone. He
And
gonna
it
tell
could be
you.
on accident.
Right.
It could be when you're not even paying attention,
Yes.
when you're not even looking, but God knows your heart, so He will provide
Right.
your need, but it's all in His time,
His timing. His timing.
not yours.
His timing is the best. I know that's a cliche, but it is the best, because I was explaining the other day about something that's as if we put a steak in the oven. We put the steak in the oven on warm. Well, we know when we go back 45 minutes, that steak is not going to be done because you didn't put it on the right temperature.
Right.
So now I done turned up the oven to 325, and I went back and checked it in 30 minutes, and that steak is looking really good. But when it needed a couple more minutes to get that inside, because I like my steaks well done. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I needed to make sure it's done. So if he gives us something prematurely, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last.
Yeah.
He's not done perfecting it.
Yes.
You know, and so by us being believers, we always have to put God in it, because we know that we can't do it. That's relationship and friendships. And in any relationship, we have to put God in the midst of it, or else it'll never be lasting. And by being believers, we always talk about God, because He's the front of our life.
Amen.
So He's the front of any relationship,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And going forth, you want to make sure you're on the same pages. And these are some questions, some things that needs to be asked, because you want to know that, look, I'm going to fight for you. You're going to fight for me. And we'll be on the same page. You know?
That is a good way to end this whole thing.
Right.
And I really appreciate us talking about this because it's very important.
Very.
Like, it's very needed. It's you know, it's just something that you know you can always look back to and know that okay, let's this keep you organized or keep you structured. Like okay, how do I see myself? How do I see my relationship? How do I want my relationship to be? And yeah, I just appreciate this time.
Me too.
And then we came together.
Right.
Thank you, Kiana.
Right. Thank you, Past First Lady Shaw.
And we hope to see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll be back on camera.
Yes.
On our, StreamYard camera.
But come
thing.
on out.
But still join us.
Yes.
And anyone who's interested in talking and coming in on our conversations, of course, all is welcome.
Yes.
Don't feel like it's only just for us to do.
Right. No.
Everybody
come
else
on.
have their experiences.
Don't be scared. We want
as
you.
well, right? And
Put
so-
your notifications on. So
Yes.
when we come on live or when anything comes to EP, you can see it and it pop up. And also, tune in. If you got some prayer requests,
Yes.
shoot Pastor Shaw. If you don't want to post it on the group, just shoot First Lady Shaw a message. And we're agreeing with you. We believe in God for whatever it is that you need God to do.
Yes, amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Y'all bless. God bless.
Bye.